Hi Miles, it's Coach Gurney here. This is video footage of you hitting on Tuesday, July 27, 2017. And I've got you paired up with David Wright just to make some mechanical suggestions to improve your swing. First thing I noticed in your stance and setup is your grip on the bat. And I'm going to zoom in here. You can see that these batting gloves you have are designed in terms of their coloring for the white to line up, and you've over-rotated that top hand. So you want the top hand to rotate back a little so those white on the gloves line up. The way to think of it, even if you weren't wearing gloves, is to line up your door-knocking knuckles on the bat. Because if you have an over-rotated top hand, that could lead to problems with bat control. Next, as I start the tape, I do notice that you're standing in a little bit of an open stance. I do like how loose and relaxed you are in your stance and setup. Just make sure you don't get too open with that front foot. Speaking of the front foot, look how you stride. Your front foot stride, Miles, is very open. All right, now if we go to David Wright and we look at his front foot, he does a much better job of keeping it closed. Okay, he doesn't open it until after contact. The only time we want to fly that front foot open is on a very inside pitch. This is not an inside pitch that you drove to the gap. And I did like the contact you made, and your size and strength definitely plays a role in your ability to drive the baseball. But your front foot opens too much, and your body flies a little much towards the third base side, as we see here. So look where your shoulders are pointed. They're pointed towards the third baseman. David Wright, as he goes to contact, his shoulders are faced towards the second baseman or pitcher. So try not to spin open too much and keep your weight going towards the pitcher or even the second baseman. It's a good philosophy. Next, you have a nice high finish, as does David Wright. I do want to point out your feet position. Look how close your feet are at and after contact, right here and here. And look at David Wright. So he's got a little bit of a wider base, and I'm going to recommend that at contact your feet are wider than shoulders width by at least 50%, and I think you're probably closer to shoulders width. You'll get much more drive and balance, and you'll be fooled less on off-speed pitches when you are wider in your base. So on the whole, the coaches and myself are very impressed, Miles, with your ability, and as I said before, your size. But let's just make sure we work on these things. One, don't over-rotate your hands on the bat, the top hand that is. Two, reconsider having such an open stance, although I like how relaxed and fluid you are. Three, let's make sure that when we stride our feet, get at least 50% longer than shoulders width. And last of all, make sure our weight is going towards the pitcher or second baseman, not towards the third base side. So we're going to finish up here, Miles, with me playing this in slow motion, you versus David Wright. Here we go. Look forward to working with you the rest of the week.